The Beatles' following album, Abbey Road, had fans poring over the contents of the artwork. The Michigan Daily likened the Abbey Road cover as a funeral procession, the preacher being John in all white, the Undertaker being Ringo in black, the corpse being Paul's lookalike, and finally George in blue denim as the gravedigger. Side note, on the cover of Abbey Road, notice the Volkswagen with the license plate 28if. Believe it or not, that's how old conspirators believe Paul would have been if he had died, meaning 28 if he hadn't gotten into the car accident.
Did y'all hear the news? They said Trump just got indicted. Oh bullshit, yesterday Donald Trump just got indicted, right? Look, this is how they get everybody looking one way so you do not focus on what's going on over here. Look, then the baseball season started yesterday, right? MLB had their opening pitch. Look, everybody and their mother has seen this video by now. And I ain't gonna lie, this is a great way to distract the people. You see, even I had to like the post, nigga. But peep the 222, the 6 on her back. They wanted, this was a planned distraction, y'all, like real shit. She could have wore any number, but she wore a number that adds up to 6. And then in all my years of watching sports, I've never seen a cameraman stay on somebody's back this much. We know what you were doing, but people didn't peep this symbolism. Now I say all of this to say because this is the direction they want you looking. They want you looking at Meg Thee Stallion ass sitting on a high stool, sitting beautifully, amazingly. They want you to look at Donald Trump getting indicted. But what's over here is literally the fall of the US dollar, nigga. Russia and Saudi Arabia are about to start using the Chinese yuan. All of these countries, Brazil, South Africa, all of them are pushing towards a gold-backed digital currency that is literally going to dethrone the US dollar. Like, this is in their plans. And yesterday they made some good progress on these plans, but everybody's looking at Donald Trump, at Meg's ass. Like, the US dollar is literally worthless now, y'all. If the US dollar is no longer being traded for oil, we're gonna see a collapse of the world economy because the US dollar is the world's reserve currency. That's why we're seeing a shift. US banks are up to $1.7 trillion in unrealized losses. This is money they just haven't lost yet because they're still holding the assets. But look, y'all, like, we really seeing a fall of the US economy. But do you actually see it? Do you see what's going on over here? Or are you focused on the bullshit? But in other news, if you want to join a community helping people elevate from their current situation, helping people make money in these trying times, join our free Discord. This link is in my bio. I recommend joining before our prices increase.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But there's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
You took I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? Well, we have public officials
I'm sorry. You took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film, and did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing signs there too, doesn't it?
No, they put them up after.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just walked in.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understandings. That was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Sir, everything I don't owe you this comment.
I know. I appreciate it.
This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you
ever
and goodbye.
been in the ritual?
That's none of your damn business.
Oh.
That's right. Listen. You go around and make understandings with people and violate them. You ambush people on the streets, and that's inappropriate form of journalism. If you wish to practice that, that's fine, but don't ask others to respect.
A small portion weren't, but they were Jesuits. This is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, even the Pope. They don't. And I'm going to be honest. They don't actually have to do the whole ritual. They have to watch.
Right.
And because of their power and rank within the church.
But it's still controlled by them.
Oh yeah, everything is controlled by the white and black Pope. Yeah. So black and white, which is white and black tiles, is where we have our temple.
That's where you get that.
Yeah, the yin yang. You know, the
right.
Good versus evil. You got to have one of the balance, and that's the work of the devil. God doesn't work that way. He doesn't manifest that way. That's all the trick of the devil. You know, the devil knows the Bible better than me and you put together.
Right.
Because he was there when God was putting it together. And of course he fell. Of course, but he knows.
Yeah.
He could twist the word of God and make it so clean like honey in your mouth. And say, well, this guy is a man of God. But no, you gotta go beyond that, honey. You gotta go around it and do your research. Because they're gonna give themselves up. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys and women, men and women that work in Hollywood, they're all Satanists.
I bet.
All of them are Satanists. And you know what? Anybody could tell me different. I really don't care because I know. Certain hand signs that you do, you know, the pyramid, the rock, you know, Jay-Z calls this the rock, is a pyramid.
Right.
All right? But in that pyramid, there's 13.
Right. You also got the, what was this,
Well, that's the horns of the devil.
Right.
The devil's horns, yeah. You know, that's Illuminati. You could use it for the Shriners use it too. Right. That's the Moloch. Okay. Moloch.
The tea is buzzing that Kylie now has Sampaku eyes. Sampaku eyes are basically when you see the whites either at the bottom or the top, or it's like this and you can just see whites on all four. Other celebrities who have had it are Princess Diana, Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe, Abraham Lincoln, and Sampaku eyes are not very common. And with these celebrities, the one thing that they all have in common is they have all passed away before their time. Fans are saying that Kylie's eyes have changed ever since Astroworld. We're not sure if it's true, but it's just kind of like a theory. When you look at her photos, she is looking up a lot. Like clearly you're gonna see the bottom whites here. But when you look a little bit closer, her eyes are pretty much straight, but this one you can kind of see the whites down here. It's just a little interesting. Another celebrity that has well-known Sampaku eyes is Billie Eilish. So we are hoping that Sampaku eyes does not actually hold the trend of, you know, passing before your time.
Conspiracy people are right. The name Jesus has only existed for a few hundred years, and this has led to some pretty crazy ideas and weird theories. What? Ken's agreeing with conspiracy people? Well, not really. Let's dig into Jesus' name and get to the truth using hard facts. Now we're getting ready to race through 2,000 years of translation and transliteration, so buckle up. Jesus' name in Hebraic Aramaic is Yeshua, which derives from to rescue, to deliver, or most commonly, he saves. And Yeshua was most likely shortened from Yehoshua, which means Jehovah is salvation, with Yehoshua often translated as Joshua. So Yehoshua in Hebrew literally means God saves, and Yeshua is the shortened version. And in the first century, Yeshua was a very common name, especially in Galilee. And early writers of the Gospels were faced with a bit of conundrum because when converting Yeshua's name to Greek, the original composers and translators of the New Testament ran into mega problems because there is no Y in Greek, nor is there a sh sound. So, as was common when writing of Yeshua, his name became transliterated, meaning Greek writers put together letters in an attempt to make a similar sound. In this case, the use of iota, eta, and sigma to get the sh sound. So, a generation later, when seeing this spelling written down, a Greek hero would pronounce what was known as Yeshua as something that sounded like Yesua. But another big problem with transliterating Yeshua into Greek is that masculine Greek names never, ever, never ended in a vowel sound. Those that did were given the letter S, sigma, as a suffix. And this was a cultural tradition that came from the fact that the name of the Greek god Zeus ended with sigma, and it's why in the New Testament names such as Judah become Judas, and why Kepha becomes Kephas. So Yeshua needed to become Yesuas, or it just wouldn't make any sense in Greek culture and thus Greek writing. And the next problem is that the two vowel sounds before the S do not flow and are non-existent in Greek. So the last vowel was dropped, again very common, leaving us with Iesus. And this is the closest a Greek-speaking person could come to transliterating the name Yeshua. And why within a generation or two, when people speaking of Jesus in the Greek-speaking world who